Good morning, ladies and gents. Good morning, Facebook friends. Good morning, Twitter followers. Good morning to the people on Periscope. I don't know if our Facebook link is working, but I think Vernie just linked the uh, the Periscope link on Facebook. So people who usually watch on Facebook, I don't know why I'm telling them that because they can't see it, but you know what I'm saying. There it is. Anyway, good morning, everybody. It's wow. This is our last week of playoff football until we get to the big dance, man.
Yeah.
It's a well, it's been a long journey. It's been quite a while. But man, I don't know. Are you well, first of all, thanks for everybody who's joining Team Boyd TV Game Time this morning. We definitely appreciate you guys coming and that kind of thing. But and I'm your boy Big Q, by the way. And this is
Bernie B.
yeah. So you satisfied with the four teams we got talking about today?
Yeah, it's always nice when your particular team is there.
Yeah.
But it's football, so I'll take it. And the best team wins. That's just how it is.
Yeah. But
yeah.
but do you think that the four teams we got right? Well, I guess you can say that.
Right.
I guess you can say that.
You can say, oh man, it could have been, but it's not. So this is what it is. The four best teams right now are remaining.
Right. So when we look back on it, we started with the Brady-less Patriots. He missed a quarter of the season. So he wasn't there for first four games. Look, and they finding themselves on the cusp of the Super Bowl, even though people thought back then with the whole him being suspended for the four games, that might have a huge impact on their chances of making it to the Super Bowl. But they right there, they one step away, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got that, and then of course you had the Pittsburgh Steelers with a little bit of a sluggish start, and they fought and clawed and scratched their way back into it, right? So they here,
Right.
The Green Bay Packers, man. Oh my God, they dropped the whole month of what's that? December, I think, or October?
Mm-hmm.
No, November, I think it was. So they lost like 4 games straight or 6 games straight or something like that. They one step away, and of course, the team that you really can't say nothing really bad about is that the Falcons been high all season, right?
Yes, they have.
They drop a couple games here and there, but of course they've been pretty much the cream of the crop when it comes to the NFL teams. They won a majority of their games up front. Ran into a little bit of a skid, and then of course they bounced back and they they're in their spot. They weren't worried about it. They said, look, we got this. So
the AFC is always to me just easy for the Patriots because there's really no competition on the AFC side.
Right, it's not.
I mean, they're gonna be there every year by default. Them, the Steelers, the Ravens,
Mm-hmm.
they're there every year by default. There's no one in that division saying anything.
It's really not.
You know?
And we thought that the Miami Dolphins was probably going to. Well, this me and the fellas, we argue about this all the time. Like, the Miami Dolphins supposed to be. Actually, they are the best equipped team to challenge for the AFC East crown. I mean, if somebody's going to challenge for it, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
the Jets and the Buffalo Bills, I don't think they ready, right? But that's what you got. So I mean, it's the Miami Dolphins, right? And and they had a situation they quarterback. It could have been a different way, but at the end of the day, I don't think they were ready. Not this year. I think not this year.
I think the team that would have gave anybody trouble would have been the Raiders with the healthy team. I think
absolutely.
that would have been
Yes.
the team to make damage. So in that light of saying,
Yeah.
am I satisfied with the four that's there? No, I'd have liked to see a healthy Raiders team either get beat
Yeah.
or win it out.
Right.
But that's probably for me the only disappointing factor.
Yeah, you know what? The whole Raiders thing is a bit disappointing, man. Like, I really wanted to see what they would be able to do. Now we got to wait a whole nother year to see. And you know how things go, man. Like, this year it was a quarterback. Next year it may be something different. You know what I mean? So it's like, you have windows of opportunity. You probably need to take advantage of them. I don't know. I just think as we get ready to get into it, this is what we got. We got Atlanta, Green Bay, and we got New England, Pittsburgh. Out of those 4 teams, 2 of them going to the Super Bowl. Like it or not.
Going to the Super Bowl. Like it or not.
Like it or not.
That's your option.
This is what it is, right? And I don't know, And then not a whole lot. I think everything kept kind of quiet on the front this week. I mean, the only thing was, we did the show on Sunday, and then on Sunday night, we had the Antonio Brown stuff. I mean, and I know it's been talked about. We didn't get a chance to talk about it.
Right.
But I'm gonna say this though, like this, me and the fellas, we talked about it on the show, but the social media aspect of the NFL, and it's weird. That's what I was telling JB and Glass is that the NFL embraces the NFL as an entity,
Right.
embraces social media. They love it. I mean, they got active Twitter and they do all this stuff, and they love social media, active Snapchat, all of that. But when you break it down to the organizations, though, I think they have a different outlook on it.
Right. Me personally, if I was a coach, I would be one of those coaches that are really stern. Because first of all, and I would take the fines for it every game. 15 minutes after a game, nobody is allowed in the locker room. Nobody. I know there's some rule that they're supposed to allow to come in. I don't care. We'll take the fine and pay it every game. Because, first of all, emotions run high or low after each game. And people say and do a lot of stupid stuff right after a win.
Yeah.
As far as Antonio Brown's case, though, I would just handle that in-house. He would be fine. We would talk about it and some other stuff. Because, to me, first of all, that was stupid.
It was pretty dumb.
It looked like a 30-minute selfie is what
Yeah.
it looked like. So what are we really doing here? So I don't even think he heard what Tomlin was saying to the team and how he was trying to. So that's a bigger problem to me than you with this social media. We still haven't accomplished our goal. So what are you doing?
Well, he's celebrating with his fans, right?
Listen, that's nice.
Yeah.
How many times have you won a game?
He done won a lot of games.
So what are you celebrating, really?
Well, it's different this time because now this is his first playoff situation, and he want to share that with. So here's the thing: it ain't about.
Yeah, but you're celebrating on social media with fans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'll wait for you to celebrate when we win a championship.
And that's understood, and that's the old way of thinking. In this age of social media, it's not a. Okay, look, you play on a football team and you play as a collective, right? But at the end of that, it comes down to the individual and how you connect with your fans and how you elevate your brand. What's going on, Glass? But yeah, so he's just trying to make sure that he is good in his business, right?
See, and it's what I told you this morning when we were laying in the bed.
Yeah.
What people do for money.
Yeah. Well,
He's in that commercial singing.
well, look now about the commercial. Now you were clowning Antonio Brown about the commercial, but that's a Madden commercial, and at the beginning of the season it was Von Miller. You say nothing about him. You said nothing about Von Miller doing the Justin Bieber thing. You didn't say nothing about that.
I think it's all clownish.
Okay.
I think it's all clownish.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here? Let's play football. I get that you have to do other stuff and you have endorsements and you want to make money.
Yeah.
That's great and cool. But right now is not the time for that. Focus on the game and celebrate at the parade with the confetti. Right now, what are we celebrating? Okay, you won a game and then you lose next week, you go home. So what are we really celebrating?
Well, again, I think I ain't saying this right. I'm not signing off on this. Okay, I'm not condoning it, but I'm telling you that I understand what he's doing. It's him, enhancing and going forward with the Antonio Brown brand, and this is what he does.
Well, let's go with the Antonio Brown brand in the NFL. Let's get to the Antonio Brown brand when we're Hall of Fame worthy.
Yeah.
Let's get to that.
Well, look,
then your legacy speaks forever. Right now, you're in front of some camera dancing.
Well, you know what? How many of those dudes you think gonna get the opportunity to do what Antonio Brown is doing right now? I'm talking about the dudes who are active in the NFL right now. There's a bunch of them at the crib right now. Hundreds of them, thousands of them at the crib right now. Look. What they gonna tell their fans on Instagram? What are they gonna say on Snapchat?
That's my thing. When you look at the greats.
Yeah.
When you look at the greats, they don't carry themselves like this.
It was a different era. It's a different era.
I guess
it's a different era.
I'm old school.
Look, I'm not saying I condone it. I think what Antonio Brown did.
This phone and these mechanisms is the death of stuff. We do stuff in the world. The first thing we think, let's videotape it. Let's record it. I'm eating cheese. Let's clap.
And I'm saying I was so surprised. Like we went to a wedding yesterday, and the bride was coming down, and it was the first time that I guess maybe I paid any attention to it. Now, normally, when the bride comes down, everybody's like, ooh, and everybody kind of looked. But to see so many cell phones get whipped out, and I don't know if anybody was live streaming or nothing like that, but I'm just saying, it was odd to see. But you know that if I was Antonio Brown, of course, I would have still did my thing with my fans, but not right then. Not right then. I would have did it right then. I would have did my obligations to the team by participating in the team meeting or whatever that was going on right there, and participating in that. And as soon as it was over, then I would say, okay, now I can get with my fans or whatever.
Right, and maybe not in the locker room.
Maybe not even in the locker room, but
People's doing a lot of stuff in the locker room. Let's take that out.
But you know
of the
what? I'm
locker
gonna tell you though. This is where it runs into a double edge. So like we said at the very beginning, I think the NFL as an entity, they embrace this. They love it, right? Because you know what? They got a TV show
Right.
with Deion Sanders. He calling them up on FaceTime and on Skype and and all this stuff. While they in the locker room, right?
Well,
So
most of the time
and you know
after
the
the
NFL the NFL runs that.
right, but most of the times with his thing, it's they're dressed, everything
Right.
is finished,
Yeah.
I
mean, he should understand it because he's a player. Or
Right.
used to be. Right.
Right. So he's got that time down. But these dudes, he just still having his uniform.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Antonio, come on.
I mean, he didn't waste no time. I don't even know how he got to that phone so quickly, right?
That
I
was-
mean,
I
it
don't
had to
know.
be like in a bag or locked up or something.
Right.
You know
What
what I
are
mean?
we
I don't know.
doing here?
I mean, maybe I guess it depends on a coach by coach basis. I know some coaches, have been outspoken about it, right? And a lot of former coaches, definitely not with it. Like your Herm Edwards and a bunch of these old guys. But of course, they're not coaching right now. And I think you gotta balance it. Do you want to be that old stuffy guy who's out of touch, or do you want to be, that coach that's on it and on top of everything? Now I understand. Maybe you need to turn your phones in. Maybe he need to disperse the phones. It should be a system like that,
And listen, I'm not going to sit here and try to manage everything that the players are doing.
Yeah.
At some point, you have got to have a little bit of common sense and take control of your own stuff here.
Right.
I'm not here to manage your cell phone
Yeah.
activity.
Right.
I shouldn't even be having a discussion with you about cell phone
Yeah.
activity at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
This is just my point. All that stuff can wait.
Yeah.
Your main focus right now is a trophy.
Right.
It's something to say, my season was successful.
Right.
The fans will wait.
How many fans gonna be there? But you
They'll
know what?
wait.
I'm just telling you, like these personal brands, so people they love to connect to their. Like back in the day, they had to do. You remember they did like the Super Bowl shuffle videos, and they did all these things as a group to kind of connect with the
Yeah.
fans or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just think it's different now. Now it's and I think it's because of fantasy football. And JB, if he was on here, he'll go off on this because he can't stand it. But it's because like fantasy football, daily fantasy, DraftKings, all that stuff, where people don't care about teams that much no more. They care about the individual, right? And if you're an Antonio Brown fan, you may not necessarily be a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. You may just follow Antonio Brown because you like him.
Right. He got you a lot of yards in fantasy football
so you like him or whatever. And and so and those are the people he connect with because he's like, it ain't really about the Pittsburgh Steelers right now. It's about Antonio Brown right now. You know what
like
I mean?
I said, that would be handled in-house.
Right.
But I can assure you, knowing Tomlin, from what we've seen of him, you won't see Antonio Brown live streaming nothing again.
No. I'm pretty sure. Because Tomlin's the type of cat, like, I don't think it
Tomlin
was...
look like he going to give you that look,
Right. Because I don't think it was a distraction. It was just a story. You know what I mean?
It
it's
wasn't
not
a distraction.
No, it's not.
It was just a story.
It's just a story, right? And and Tomlin just don't. And he already dealing with the Terry Bradshaw situation. So look, we don't need none of that kind of stuff right there. So the other thing I want to talk about, because really in a whole lot, I don't know if we talked about this last week. I don't think we did, because we come on before the games. So Travis Kelce, you guys are not up on Facebook Live or YouTube. We're not on YouTube either. Oh, good. Well, look, I guess. What is that? I guess not. I don't know what happened this morning. Where we are. What's that connected? That's YouTube. YouTube is up. Yeah, YouTube look like it's up. But we definitely not on Facebook Live this morning for whatever reason. I don't know. Something happened. It didn't go through Facebook Live. But let's talk about your boy real quick. Let's talk about your boy Travis Kelce. I know that's your man. That's your boy.
Right.
And
what he said about the ref and whatnot.
Well, not even that. I think that was just the start of it, right? I think and that's what I'm gonna say. And I don't know how correct I am. This is just the way I feel, right? I could be wrong here. I could be a little bit out of bounds. But Travis Kelce over the last year, I feel like he's, getting a little bit too big for his britches. You see what I'm saying? Like,
is he the one that's doing the Bachelor show or?
Yes.
Okay.
I think he's coming into his superstardom, and I don't think he quite knows how to accept it. He pushed the Steelers dude down, and a couple weeks ago, you remember the dude threw the flag at him, and he threw the flag back at him or whatever. And I don't know. It's just, I think you got to catch these dudes when they in this stage right now, where they just about to break out and be that superstar, and reign them. Oh, you're gonna have another Odell Beckham on your hands, or another Terrell Owens, or something like that, because you don't catch them right now.
I don't know. I just think like he's a little extra.
Yeah.
I
You know.
think he's a little extra. I don't know how far it will really go, but the whole thing we're arguing about the refs when you look at the
I mean, obviously.
replay,
Yeah, obviously.
it's a holding
Yeah.
call, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
That's that's what it is.
Right.
So
Last thing, Kelsey's in his Hollywood mode, and that's what I'm saying.
That's exactly a good way to describe it.
Yeah.
He's in Hollywood mode right now.
You know.
And I mean, you talk about brand and strike it while it's hot,
Right.
and that's what it seems like a lot of them are doing. I mean,
he's normally a nice guy. Like
yeah,
before,
I like Kelsey, but he can't hit my radar with that foolishness.
right before
like
last season, people were saying all this positive stuff about him, putting him in the top 5, tight ends, this, that, and the third. And then, like toward the end of last season, we started seeing this attitude for him or whatever. And I'm like,
Right.
well, at first I thought it was cool.
A little bit of
Because he
swag.
got a little edge, got a little
Yeah.
swag, what I mean? And it's dope. And I like that. But then when you start kind of like, when it started going overboard and it becomes disrespectful and this becomes like annoying,
Right.
like why are you pushing guys down? Why are you throwing the flags back at the refs? You know what I mean? Why are you calling the refs out by number?
Right.
Talking about they ain't, don't even deserve to work in Foot Locker. I mean, come on, man. Look, I think if you a trash talker on the field, if you schooling people on the football field, can't nobody stop you. And look, I'm all about trash talk. I love it.
Right.
I'm a fan like Steve Smith and Michael Jordan and people like that. Love it. I'm
Right.
like, I love when somebody talks junk on the field or on the court. But you know what I mean? Like that's the way it should be done. That's where, in the interview, I mean, the other dude ain't there, so I mean, he can't say nothing. You
Right,
know what I mean?
right.
Like it's unfair to me. And I think people who do that are full of crap. And Travis Kelce in my opinion, is full of crap.
You know what? I don't even think he's big enough to hit the radar.
Right.
For real. Like,
Right.
I mean, you haven't accomplished, okay. So for me, the goal of football is always to have a Super Bowl trophy.
Absolutely.
That
Yeah.
is the goal of should be the goal of every player
Everybody
who plays.
who put pads on or whatever.
Right.
Yes.
It shouldn't really be about money. That's a benefit of you working towards your goal.
Mhm.
So when I hear dudes that do all this extra talking and yada yada yada, and they haven't accomplished their goal, I'm always like, you have to go back and work on your craft.
Right.
Because you haven't reached the pinnacle of who you are as a player.
Right.
And when you haven't reached the pinnacle of who you are as a player, you can't talk. You've got work to be done.
You know what? I agree with that wholeheartedly, and that's why we got a lot of immature players like a Josh Norman or
Right.
Odell.
Exactly. Odell Beckham.
all
Do
these
you
guys.
realize how great that guy can be?
Josh Norman too.
Josh,
yeah.
they're
You
great,
know?
but
Yeah. I think proving yourself in the NFL requires a whole lot less than it used to. I guess it's safe to say, right?
yeah, you get one fantastic catch,
Right.
and now you're the man.
You're the man, you make a
Okay.
beautiful, spectacular catch that's all over the place, and
Right.
you see it everywhere, and that's all people talk about.
Okay.
You feel good, and
Right.
you
but
know
in
you
the
can't.
big games, where are you?
Right.
What have you
Right.
accomplished?
Just like Josh Norman, he took advantage of a situation. He had a fantastic season. You know what I mean? And he was in the right place at the right time a lot of the time. And I ain't taking nothing away from the kid.
Right,
I think
right.
he's a fantastic cornerback. But it's a lot of
But
times
not
where
$75 million worth.
right, definitely not. And in big games, especially when you talk about give me your number one any day of the week. I'm telling you, there's certain number ones he can't deal with. Aaron Rodgers, who doesn't fit, and they're not focused on the championship. Yeah, that's what Glass saying. But you got guys who will step up and show a Josh Norman that he ain't ready. Like a la a Julio Jones or somebody like that.
AJ Green.
AJ, they will show him what time it is, and
this is my prime example of someone who was at the pinnacle and did their thing is always the Darrell Reeves.
Yeah.
That dude always bet on him.
Yeah. And it worked out for the most part.
And it worked out because
Yeah.
he was at the height of his craft.
Mhm.
And so even like whenever Richard Sherman was doing all this back and forth garbage, talk with him, he wasn't really there for that.
No.
He's like, listen, he's good at what he does. I'm good at what I do. This is what I do.
Right. Yeah.
This is what I do. He bet on himself to go different places year after year because he was about money and the goal of winning the Super Bowl.
Right.
And he got that in New England.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, focus on your craft. You don't got time to be calling out referees and
And I just,
That's a waste.
I just feel like, people like a Travis Kelce, which was a highlight of why people like the Kansas City Chiefs and when they were exciting this
Right,
year.
they were,
and it
and I
was,
like
and Travis Kelce played a big part in that.
Absolutely.
I just feel like, all the extra showmanship. Sometimes I know the NFL is an entertainment property, and we watch because we want to be entertained, and You know, and like I said, I can get behind the dancing. I can get behind the trash talk. I can get behind stuff like that. I can get behind, even making your opponent look foolish on the field. I'm about that.
Right.
I love
the game.
it.
That's the game.
I just don't want to see the extra stuff. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the extra stuff, I don't need that in my life. You know what I mean?
Right.
This ain't what I'm tuning in to watch.
Right.
I don't like to watch the Bush League stuff. You know, like in the locker room interview, man, you can say whatever you want to say.
Right.
You know, and in most cases, maybe he was bent, maybe he felt some type of way. But you know what? You lost the game, bro. You know what I mean?
Again, 15 minutes
right.
after the game,
Yeah.
don't talk to nobody about them losing. We
Right.
just lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm emotional.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to say something stupid because I'm emotional.
But at the end of the day, this is what I feel. I'm watching the interview. Look, you pissed because you lost the game. I get it. I feel you on that, right? But why were you in a situation where a 2-point conversion was the end all be all in the game?
Right.
If you that much of a superstar, if you
Right.
that much of that dude,
go out there and take what's yours.
You shouldn't be in that spot.
Exactly.
You shouldn't be in that spot.
Exactly.
There shouldn't be even a issue whatsoever that you weren't about some holding call or non-holding call or whatever
Right.
it was. You know what I mean? And you upset about that.
Exactly.
What you should be upset about is how the fact that you personally, not the rest of the team, you didn't do your job.
Right.
You wasn't the star that you think you are.
Right.
You wouldn't be in that position. Players' agents probably told them to do the extra for more money. I mean, you know what? That might be the case.
That's true. The agents get a cut of that.
I mean, because I'm pretty sure something happened with Marshawn Lynch years ago that made him flip that switch like that. Because before, Marshawn Lynch was just the most, friendly person in the world. Everybody loved talking to Marshawn Lynch. But one day, he was like, you know what? I ain't doing it.
Nope.
And maybe it was a publicity. Maybe it was something to further his brand out a little. And see, look, he's doing commercials now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He's doing all kind of stuff. Because of that.
Right.
So you never know. You never know. I think is that all the stories we got this
Well,
week?
just yesterday, who got fired?
Who got fired? The general manager. Well, you know what? This is the dude that we've been saying should have been fired 4 years ago. Grigson, the general manager for the Indianapolis Colts. But you know what?
I'd say it's never sober, so maybe
that's all I'm getting ready to say. I'm going to say, it don't
on.
really matter that you're firing the general manager when
Right.
you got an alcoholic, pill-popping, drug addict of an owner,
Right?
So
Right.
it's kind of...
you're going to make bad choices regardless.
Right, you know what I mean?
You on that stuff.
But this is why the Colts are always... Like, the Colts are never... Like, you know what? I think if it wasn't for Peyton Manning, I hardly ever give Peyton Manning his due, right? I hardly give him his due.
I know.
But I'm about to give him his due.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? When Peyton Manning was there, it was certain things that just didn't go down. It was just certain things that just didn't happen. The people and everybody in the organization, I ain't saying they behaved that way because of Peyton Manning. I'm just saying.
But he was a contributing factor.
He was, right? Because they knew what kind of guy he was, and, nobody wanted to act all crazy and stuff around him because he didn't want to be a part of nothing like that. You think the owner would have ever got busted with all them drugs and stuff, or DUIs, or whatever he went through if Peyton Manning was still in the building? You know what I mean? I don't think he would have put himself in a position because then he'd be like, well, maybe I'm going to lose my star. Maybe Peyton going to be upset.
Right.
I don't know. But, the team was able to win a lot of games. They won a Super Bowl, all that stuff. I don't see that stuff happening now.
At all. And they're not set up for that in the future either. They haven't continued to make really good picks in the draft or to acquire real talent in order to help their quarterback. Andrew Luck has the potential to be all great in the world as he wants to be, but who is he going to throw the ball to? Who's going to run the ball? Where's the defense? This team is set up so hodgepodge that it's like, what is the identity of this team?
You know what? I don't know because, they had old guys who they ain't trying. Like, I mean, once a dude get a certain age, right, you have to prepare for his exit.
Right.
You have to prepare for that.
Right.
Like, they never prepared.
No.
They weren't prepared in the running back situation a couple years ago. They, then with
wide receiver.
For wide receiver, they never prepared. They weren't actually really prepared for Peyton Manning. What I mean? They weren't prepared for that either. And they always get caught. You always get caught. You know what I mean? So now you got people retiring and all this stuff going on, and you about to lose a lot of stuff. And all you got is, and I mean, Peyton Manning. Andrew Luck is in his fifth going. He already going to his sixth season, and they ain't built nothing around him. But they brought in T.Y. Hilton. And I think that's about it.
Right.
That's about it. They ain't did nothing else.
What you know what I mean? Defense. And they're a small team, too. Like, you got to get a pass rusher. You got to get a nice offensive line.
Right.
Andrew Luck is toe up every time.
Yeah. That's what Glass was saying. Glass was like, maybe the new general manager would focus on getting the offensive line and stuff.
Their O-line is terrible.
It's rough, man. And, I think that the Indianapolis Colts are in a bad place right now. And it's so weird to think of this team being so bad, when they were just, I mean, like I know that Super Bowl was a long time ago. Well, ain't not a super long time ago, but it was a while back. And it's just weird to think that they went after Peyton Manning left, they lost all those games and had like the number one overall pick or whatever. And then they kind of bounced back a little bit. They made a little bit of noise.
But that year should have been a year that they said, okay, we need to rebuild on a lot of stuff, and it was not. Mm-hmm. When you see Peyton Manning leave and you go from being in the playoffs to drastically being 2 and 14 or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting the number one overall pick. So what does that tell you? We got a lot of loopholes that this man was covering up.
Absolutely.
Let's get to it.
To the person who was like 2 great games, we're talking about the Colts. Look, you can't just come into a stream and not be here from the beginning and try to call a shot. You can't do that, bro. Because the show ain't just about the 2 games that we got. We're going to talk about them, but you can't just come in and demand stuff. You know what I mean? This ain't what the show about. Pump your brakes, bro. You know what I mean? We can get into the games in a minute. Chill out, But yeah, anyway, we was talking about the stuff that happened. Grayson got fired, and we was talking about why. Coming to the stream trying to demand stuff. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? If you ain't here from the beginning, I can't listen to stuff from people who weren't here from the beginning. I can't do it. Anyway, we got there you go, Glass. I'm just saying, Glass, you know how we do. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do.
Yeah, so crazy. They kicked the man out the street.
We didn't kick him out the street. I'm just saying, look. If you were having dinner, if you had a dinner at your house,
right.
You had a dinner party, and you invited a bunch of people to come at 10:30 a.m. or whatever it was,
right.
And a dude shows up at 11:30 talking about. Why y'all ain't? What happened to the cheese sticks? The cheese sticks were served earlier, bro. You should have been here earlier. You know what I'm saying? That's all I mean.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Okay. So
get to the game.
We're gonna get to the games now. Okay.
Because the fans are waiting.
The fans are waiting, right? Okay, cool. So let's do that. Let me find them first. They're right here somewhere. Let's see. What do I do with them? Okay. There we go. Let's do it. Okay, so let me get my graphics up here so we can do it. Okay, we got the they got the game scheduled, but I don't know why you would put that AFC game on so late. I don't like that. I think this one was the one.
Well, just because you want to see this one, don't mean the fans of the AFC games want to see their games
I'm
too.
just saying, but look, why give them the prime time? What gives them the clout? What makes?
Listen, they trying to make up to Tom Brady.
Oh, okay.
They suspended the man for 4 games with deflated balls.
Right.
They're trying to give him some shine.
Okay,
Come on.
I feel you. Okay, so here it is. One of these 2 teams now. Look, out of all the stuff that we went through this season, now I'm saying, look. People who know me, they can clown me all they want to about my Panthers. That's fine. I mean, I understand they suck or whatever. They didn't put up a fight. But to see where we are with these 2 teams, or one of these guys are going to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl, right?
Yes.
And I'm gonna tell you, at the beginning of the season and whatnot, I didn't see this. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't see either one of these teams.
I didn't see this right here.
Would have not bet on these two teams.
Right.
No way.
Yeah. So it's weird. Green Bay came. I mean, look, we were looking at the NFC North in the beginning. Like me and the fellas was doing the divisional breakdowns and stuff. And I mean, honestly, we were wrong, but a lot of people would agree with us when we was talking about Minnesota, right? And
of course, I didn't, but
but then Minnesota, I don't know what happened to Minnesota.
Right.
I don't know what happened.
Fell apart.
It was bad business, right? And the Packers emerged though. I mean, weird stuff. Now can't take that from the Falcons. The Falcons been dominating their division since the very beginning of the season. With little resistance. I mean, very little. I mean, Tampa kind of got in their business for a little bit. Yeah.
Atlanta just pulled themselves away from everybody.
So they kind of carved up the division without too much issue. But now here we are, the Green Bay Packers going into the Georgia Dome. What is going to be the last game played in the Georgia Dome for the NFC Conference title.
Okay, so here's my thing. I think that the Packers, if they were healthy, would have a better chance. But the way Atlanta is playing now, and I said it earlier, if the defense of Atlanta plays the way they played against who did they play?
Who they?
No, not who did they play last week?
Who, the Falcons?
Yeah.
They
Where's my mind
played. What's Seattle?
Seattle.
Was it Seattle?
Yes, it was
Okay.
Seattle. So if their defense plays the way they played Seattle last week, They got this locked
But
up.
you know what? That's the thing.
They got this locked up.
We didn't see that defense all season.
Right.
We didn't see it all. I mean, I guess they didn't really have to do it, during the regular season. You know what I mean? I guess they didn't really have to. I mean, their offense was just so potent. They didn't really need to do it.
That's the thing. I'm sitting here and I'm looking at, Aaron Rodgers keeping up with Matt Ryan, and that part is okay.
Yeah.
I think they can go touchdown for touchdown.
Right. Well,
but
I don't know about that.
I think they can, but that defense, I don't know. I think Atlanta's defense has to come to play like they did last week.
Right, and I'm pretty sure that
or Aaron Rodgers can score some points on you now.
Oh yeah, but I'm pretty sure Dan Quinn know that. I mean, and Aaron Rodgers got to be the focal point because he want to dance and stuff, and he want to hold on to the ball, and he want to do all this wild stuff. And you know what? As much as I like watching it, like if I'm a defensive player, that's annoying to me. You know what I mean?
He stands back there, milking a baby.
Right.
Come on.
That right there. Somebody got to hit him or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do something. But I don't know. I just feel like Atlanta just don't got the strength up front to be able to do it. Now, like Vic Beasley been on fire. He been doing a lot of stuff, but he can't carry the pass rush on his own.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then I've been seeing, the Atlanta secondary. I ain't saying they've been getting torched. But they really got to tighten that up. I mean, especially, I don't know, because, no Jordy Nelson, but Aaron Rodgers don't really care about Jordy. I ain't going to say he don't care about him. But he can do other things.
He's going to play today. So.
Is he playing?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's going to have that Kevlar.
Yeah, a little flak jacket on. I kind of figured he would. I thought he would wait till the Super Bowl. But I guess it was like, you know what? We don't
make
know.
Right. We don't make this game. We ain't going to the Super Bowl.
I want to contribute something to the team.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's great. But again, dirty hit by your boys.
It was not a dirty hit. They showed it twice this morning. It was not a dirty hit.
Dirty hit by your boys.
You need to stop it. Y'all need to stop it. It's not true.
Dude was out of bounds. The play was over.
It was not. If you look at the replay, he was going up for the ball and he got hit.
I think it was
a
payback.
1-2 pop.
I think it was payback for the DRC stuff.
Oh, stop.
Mm-hmm.
Stop.
You're a Giants fan. You'll never admit it. It's fine.
It's not a dirty hit. It's not a dirty hit.
So, look, the Falcons are going to get upset today or no?
No, I think the Falcons win today.
Yeah, sadly, I think that they will win, which is a little bit disappointing to me, because you know what? Honestly, crazy stuff always happens, and it can and it will, and I definitely don't want the Falcons. Look, I don't mind them going to the Super Bowl because I think they deserve that. They played well this season. And,
here's the hateration, though.
Look, I just don't want them to win that thing.
I
don't want them to win. I would be crushed. I would be so heartbroken. But you know what? I think today.
Why? Because you'll be the only team in the division without a Super Bowl win.
Right. You know what I mean? Pack is against the odds now. How many in a row now? 9, 10. Look, you're right. They hot. You know what I mean? It's gonna be. Look, they got the momentum going in here, but the Falcons got a lot of momentum too, and they playing at home, and it's the last game in the Georgia Dome.
Right.
So look, they got everything that they
Listen, all these teams have everything to play for now.
Right.
You have everything to play for now. It's one game and you at the big game.
Yeah.
You got everything to play for now.
Mm-hmm.
So no excuses.
It's just the Green Bay Packers are a little bit hobbled, man. Look, I know they've done it. I know they've been able to get things done with the situation that they got. Atlanta is just bringing all types of firepower. That's scary. They really are.
And I don't see where that Green Bay Packer defense is going to stop what they have. Okay, you stop Julio, then you got someone else. It's just like last week. I think Matt Ryan hit like 7 different receivers.
Right. So he'll hit the little boy in the front row.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if you open it, if you throw your hand up like you want the ball, you're gonna get it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? As long as you wear a red jersey.
I don't see them. I just don't see the Packers coming out.
You know what? So this is what I'm going to say, because I'm looking at history of the playoffs and our picks, right? So just about should be a good, tough game, go Pack, go. Steelers 2. Okay, Bonzo. And glasses with him. This is what I'm going to say, since based on the history of our picks in the playoffs, every playoff game that I picked, except one, which was a gimme, which was the Oakland-Houston game, I got that game right. Every other game, my pick has been wrong.
Okay.
So, with that being said, right, with that to go on,
you picking Atlanta?
I'm picking Atlanta.
You are such a hater. Oh my God.
I'm just saying. Every playoff game I picked has been wrong except one, right?
You are such a hater.
And look, no matter what it looked like, we break it down and we look at the stats. It don't matter. Picking the Kansas City Chiefs, they lose. Pick the New York Giants, they. You know what I mean? I'm picking the Falcons today. And I'm going to put my mojo and my juju all over them. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
That is horrible.
That's what it is, though.
I got Atlanta as well, though.
Okay, cool. He said, "What the hell, Q?" I'm just saying. Look, I'm being honest. They look. I did the research, and I picked the wrong game. I'm just saying. Okay. Here's another one that but this one is gonna be hard. This one's gonna be tough. You know what? I think the Steelers are up to the job. You know what? Honestly, I thought like last week and the week before, I thought Kansas City was probably the best team in the playoffs. But then after seeing them get exposed the way they got exposed by, a Steelers team that didn't even get in the end zone.
Right.
Didn't even get in the end zone with them. And, beat them by field goals. You know what I'm saying? So what does that say about the Kansas City Chiefs when I'm sitting there crowning them the best team in the playoffs?
Right. And they kicked 6 field goals to win.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So that means that the Steelers defense is better than we gave them credit for, right? Big Ben's ability to be able to manage the game in a way where they could still actually get points. Maybe not 7.
Hey, but 3 plus 3 is 6.
And especially if you can get down there all the time, right? You ain't punting the ball away.
That's it.
And it worked.
Points,
They won the game.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I don't see them doing it against the Patriots, though.
No. You know what? I just honestly, and this is where my hateration is going to come. I just so tired of the Patriots. I'm tired of hearing that they're this awesome team and great team, and I'm just sick of them.
I'm gonna respond to that the way Patriots fans respond to me when I say that, right? Look, they've done it. You can't take that from them. You can't. You know what I mean?
I always tell Patriot fans to back up because my team beat them twice.
Right. Yeah.
So I always feel like I have the little bubble over there.
Hey, but look, they've been to the Super Bowl. Well, Tom Brady's been to the Super Bowl 6 times. He's won 4 of them, right?
Right.
And look, as much as nobody likes them, you can't take that from them.
You can't. They're consistent and they produce.
Right.
And this is why I respect them.
Yeah.
And I say what I say because even though I dislike them, they run like I always say a team should run.
Right.
They run like a well-oiled machine. There's no shenanigans. There's no other foolishness going on. You don't hear their players doing something crazy. The minute they do something crazy, you are gone, bye-bye.
Hey, unless you're Tom Brady.
Well, he hasn't done anything wrong per se.
He gave an order to take the air out of some football.
Well, the coach was spying on people.
Well, yeah,
so, that's what they do.
Right.
But in terms of getting in trouble with the
drugs
law,
and domestic violence and
stuff,
they're
not doing any of that.
Well, because if they do, you're right. They ain't going to be that long, and the news might not even get out. You know what I'm saying?
They're
done.
done.
Even get out.
So they do run their team the way I feel a team should be run.
Right, yeah.
But I'm just tired of them talking about Tom Brady as though he is the greatest player that's ever done it.
Look, you know what?
I just can't take that.
I hate
because we've seen Tom Brady away from that team, and that team has still done well.
Yeah.
So it's not him per se. Yes, he's a good player.
Yeah. But
that team is just organized well.
It is. It really is. You know what? I think, and they proved it in the beginning of the season. They can win without Tom Brady.
Absolutely.
They definitely can win. But I think Tom Brady gives them a significant edge. Because, think about it now. Look, they won 2 games with Jimmy Garoppolo, right? It was Jimmy Garoppolo with 2 games, and then it was Brissett with 1. Yeah, I think Garoppolo won 3. No, actually won 2 because he got hurt in one of them, right? So anyway, Jimmy Garoppolo won 2 of the games. But you trying to tell me in those 2 games that Jimmy Garoppolo won, if you had an opportunity to put Brady in over Garoppolo, you wouldn't? I'm just saying,
No, but this is my thing is that Brady is a awesome quarterback.
Yeah.
You can't take that away from Tom Brady. He's good. But the Patriots' success is not solely dependent on him. That's my point.
Right, and you're
is
absolutely
that
right.
you can put someone else in there and do certain things. I mean, it's just like we talked about with Peyton Manning and throwing to certain receivers, and all of a sudden these receivers are household names.
Right.
Who was Tom Brady throwing to? I mean, you don't really know these guys.
You don't know.
So yes, the dude is talented. No way you can take that away from him. But to me, to say it's just Tom Brady. It's not. Right. Because when Peyton Manning left a team, we saw what happened. Right. When Tom Brady left a team, we saw what happened. So if one has a success and one doesn't, that tells you that there's still something left behind.
Right.
So that's just my thing that I hate. There's this whole
that's why I didn't want it.
There's this whole Patriots mystique type deal going on.
Right.
But for this game, I like the Steelers. And I think because it's going to be a hard-hitting, thugged-out game in the sense of who's going to take to win. The Patriots are very finesse, but I don't see them ready for the grind. Now, their defense has come up tremendously.
Yes,
Tremendously.
Yes.
However, I just think that when it comes to these type of games, Tom Brady gets popped in the mouth more on one occasion. You're going to see some turnovers and you're going to see some hurried passes.
Yeah, but you know what? My only rebuttal would be, the Houston Texans had Tom Brady under duress, and I understand, they real pathetic and
on
terrible
the other side of the ball.
on the other side of the ball.
Right.
But you know what? They had Tom Brady under all type of duress, and it was, they were still able to win the game, is what I'm saying. But I understand why, because the other team couldn't put no points up, so it's kind of tough to win the game that way. What I'm saying is, I don't think the Steelers can get there like that. I don't know if they can. I mean, we saw Harrison. Harrison has been having a good year for an old guy. Like in last week's game, we had a couple sacks and stuff like that. I mean, Harrison is doing some stuff as a 38-year-old. You know what I mean?
I feel like if any team can thug it out with them, it's going to be the Steelers.
You know what? It's
going to be the Steelers.
I would have to agree. And you know what? The Steelers do got the better offensive weapons.
Absolutely. And to me, honestly, run the ball. Let Tom Brady sit on that bench, get a little chilly and frosty.
Right.
Run that ball.
Right. I don't know. It's just that the Patriots are so crafty. That's the part. Like they slick and slippery.
And they make adjustments.
They
so
do, man.
Well.
And I mean, like that's the only thing that I'm kind of worried about. And then of course we gotta,
and they're home.
And then
I get it.
Ben Roethlisberger is so fragile. And it's crazy to say that a big tough dude. And that's how we really relate to Ben Roethlisberger's big and toughness. But lately, he's just been fragile. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm hoping that he can survive to make it to the Super Bowl. But you know what? I'm agreeing with you. I think the Steelers can dance with the Patriots here.
Yeah.
The game might be really close, and it's weird because you never know what Steelers going to show up. Or the wild card round, Steelers going to show up. No, not wild. Yeah, was it wild card where they put 4 touchdowns on the board?
Yeah, they blow the doors off.
Or was it going to be the divisional round Steelers where they couldn't score a touchdown at all?
Right, field goal to death.
Right. So I don't know. I like the Steelers on this game. I think if they can hang in there, if they can do their dance with Tom Brady and the Patriots, if they can keep it close, toward the end of the game, if it's close, I'm going with Tomlin and Ben and them. I think they I think they gutsy enough.
That's my thing.
To maybe take a low. I ain't saying they the type of team that would do something like that though. You know what I mean? Like while the Patriots are feeling themselves a little bit or whatever, Tomlin is he's crafty too in a different kind of way.
Right.
And
I think the Steelers can get this one.
Yeah.
I think they can. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be a blowout by no means.
No, I definitely think it's gonna be a blowout.
But
I think the game will be a lot closer than what we think.
I think they can get this one.
So and I think the game will be a whole lot closer, and it's gonna be a good game. And now that I think about it, this one coming on in prime time makes a little bit more sense because I got a feeling, and again, I'm hoping that it's just my whole juju. I got a feeling though that the Falcons gonna make quick work of the Packers, man. But I'm saying that in hopes that it go the other way. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the way it's usually been going. Anyway, that was look, that's been the season in a nutshell. We won't be on here unless some news come out. We might come on here next week and just talk about news, right? Because the Super Bowl is 2 weeks away, right? So I don't know if we're gonna have a show at all. And I know because I know the fellas on live, they hate the week between the conference championship and the Super Bowl. They usually don't like to do the show. They don't watch the Pro Bowl. Like I said, unless some crazy news come out, people getting fired, some crazy stuff happening, stuff to talk about. You might not see us next week. We will just be getting ready for the Super Bowl show, which I'm hoping that we can do something special for the Super Bowl. Maybe we can get some people on the show. I don't know exactly how we'll be able to pull that off, but maybe we can get some guests on the show. We can talk about Super Bowl and that kind of thing. But I don't know if you guys agree with our picks or you disagree. Go ahead and leave your comments and stuff. And the people who's watching us on Periscope, Bunzo, Glass, and Get With It Sports, a lot of other people, Ezra, all of you guys, I definitely appreciate the support. We appreciate the support.
Absolutely.
And listen, you can join us later today. We'll be on Twitter tweeting during the game, and you guys can tell me how wrong I was. So Bonzo said, "Wish football lasted all year." Well, technically it does, but not in the most entertaining way. But you guys can follow me on Twitter at TeamBoydTV, Instagram at TeamBoydTV, Facebook.com/TeamBoydTV. YouTube.com/TeamBoydTV Turbo, and you.
And Bernie B73.
Okay, cool. And then you guys can join us tomorrow night. Me, Glass, and Get With It Sports, JB, the Raven Shogun. That's just like me and Bernie just set these games up for the day. Me and the boys will break them down and discuss the Super Bowl a little bit, just a little bit. We'll talk about this as that's had,
Okay.
and that kind of thing. Is pretty much it'll be our second to last show of the year, and that kind of thing. So. Thanks again for everybody checking us out this morning. We definitely appreciate it. Now, I thought something was going on with the Facebook and the YouTube, but I found out what it was, and it was my mistake. I didn't click the button. Y'all have a good one. We out.
Peace.